Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. In the spring of 2017, I found a 1600s trade axe, and I told everyone it was my oldest relic, but I did actually find something much older. Not every find makes it on video.
But first, we're going to start off with the first hunt of the year. We actually drove away from snowy Quebec and headed up to sunny Toronto.
We went out metal detecting with the Canadian diggers. Actually, I remember I found my first large cent of the year in 1901.
The Canadian large cent?
But I still kicked his butt because I actually found the very first silver of the year. It was a 1944 silver quarter. And I kissed it.
Eric hasn't even found a silver yet.
Always finds the first silver of the year, but this year I did it.
Front? Oh, I did say I was going to kiss my first silver. Mwah.
And just before leaving my last target, I actually found my first US V-nickel, 1989.
My first V-nickel.
V-nickel.
Your very first
My
V-nickel.
first V-nickel.
Nice one.
Way to go, babe.
Last signal.
When we first arrived back home, it was awful. It was torturous to see how much snow we actually had left. But not that far away, there was a lot less snow.
But we did notice one possible area where the snow had melted and the ground had thawed.
The ground was so soaked and it was cold, and all of the great signals were turning out to be trash signals. All of them. It was all...
Yeah, and it's not until the end of the hunt that I finally got a really good target. And I remember calling them over. I had seen it in the plug. It turned out to be my first silver piece of the year. A beautiful ring.
Oh, I'm weird like you, I know it's true. I'm in the clouds up there with you. You think you're flawed, but wouldn't you agree? You're perfect for me.
It's a nice one.
As soon as all the snow melted, we hosted our first group hunt. We decided to go detecting at an old cellar site, and we finished the hunt at the old Victorian picnic grove.
Matt started off the hunt by finding a 1912 fish scale. Then Eric found a religious medallion and a crotal bell.
There were 3 medallions in one hole.
3, eh? It was 3, not just the one.
Yeah.
Arthur then found himself a pocket knife, and Andre came over to show me his sweet Vicky 1880 quarter. Then off we went to the picnic grove.
And I remember when we got to the picnic grove, right off the bat, Matt gets a good signal, and there's a salamander right on top of the target.
Lucky salamander on it either too. Lucky little salamander.
It ended up to be an 1895 larcen. Eric was brave enough to dig out a signal that was right below a tree that was holding on just by the tips of its branches. Like, completely like this, and he was right underneath it, and I'm like, what is he doing?
Yeah, but it turned out to be a large cent. It turned out to be an 1888 large cent.
So did you say that was worth it?
Actually, I didn't realize I was under that tree until you told me.
Until I was editing the video and I said, check it out! I remember that. I remember seeing you under that tree. I thought you were crazy.
And then I found my first silver coin of the year. It was a 1914 fishy. Yes. And not long after that, I found a beautiful skeleton key.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah.
It really was.
Beautiful green patina.
The perfect skeleton key. It's perfect. So Matt finishes the hunt with an 1881 larcen. In the beginning, Eric had mentioned the 1600s trade axe he had found. And here's the clip of that axe.
So we had somebody help us ID the maker's mark, and we did a bit of research on it, and Laurie found a document stating that these axes were found at a site dating from 1638 to 1650 approximately.
All right, Eric, you got to go home now. You're done.
No, we're just getting started.
Actually, I did find something much older this year, and I found these 2 points, which we estimate to date about 3,500 years. They're made from native copper during the Archaic period. The Archaic period dates between 8,000 BC to 1,000 BC, or 10,000 to 3,000 before present.
I'll high five you. high-five that like button too. Now off for a hunt we go. All the snow is completely gone, and now we're in search for an old road that was well-traveled.
One of my first targets was a flat button, which
Hey, that's how it started last time. We found a flat button and then we started getting into it.
my next target, I was actually focusing on the imprint, and Laurie could see the coin, and she was getting excited, and I was excited about the imprint, which was just falling apart in my hands, and then I saw the coin, and it ended up being a George III. Pretty beat up, and at first I thought it was a slick, but we managed to ID it. There was a bit of detail on it.
Yeah, enough to say it's a George III.
Yeah.
Ward had found his very first old British coin. He was so excited. It was something on his wish list as well, and he had found it.
Goodness, that's a huge guy.
It actually turned out to be an 1863 one-penny token.
Congrats, bud.
Hey, thanks, man.
Yes.
I'll take that all day long. That's my first old British.
Nice.
It's copper.
Then Eric follows with an 1881 large cent.
I don't know how the other side looks like, but this side's really nice.
Ah, what's coming up next? Up next.
Your pie.
Oh, this is exciting. This was
You're
an
taking it
exciting
out, Mom?
find.
I remember seeing the rim, the silver edge, and the plug, and at first I thought it was a coin. And then I focused in, and I could see the
My heart is
pin.
racing. My heart is racing.
And immediately knew it was a ring brooch. I was super excited. I called everyone over, and Maddie is the one that ended up pulling it out of the plug.
You're taking it out, Maddie? This is trade silver.
Be careful.
No. Don't push it. Don't
You're
push
gonna
it.
break the pin.
There's a pin on it. Okay, Eric.
Absolutely unreal find. That was like
Yeah.
an amazing find.
Very proud moment for me.
Absolutely.
You did it.
Trade silver.
Yeah, it's a
Trade
brooch.
silver
It's a ring
brooch.
brooch.
By the end of the hunt, Eric pulled out another large cent.
Largie. Could be a largie.
You know what I'm saying, metal detector guy.
Up next.
Okay, I'm back out here today, and we have Matt. How's it going? Hey. Oh my God, I never thought I'd find one of those. Yeah. We have Mark.
Popped it out of the plug.
Oh yeah, look at that. Wish us good luck, and we'll get back to you.
So right at the start, I pull out an 1881 large cent.
Looks like an LC. It's got the circle.
Yeah, the circle, I guess.
Good start.
It's a good start.
And then an 1859 large cent. Then Mark pulls out another large cent, an 1882. And I was so happy to pull out a silver. It turned out to be an 1871 fish scale.
Dream find video. I remember laughing so hard at his finally finding his his old US.
It's American.
Silver.
It's American.
It's American.
It's American.
It's American.
American.
American?
American.
You got your American silver.
American. 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 It's American. It's American. It's a half dime. Half dime.
Half dime, dude.
Oh my God.
That was a really exciting moment this year.
So how about knuckle bumping that like button for Matt?
I did it video. The I did it video. The I did it video. The I did it video.
Okay, you go.
I totally remember this video because it was my birthday hunt. I was so excited because all I wanted for my birthday was to go metal detecting with you. And the second thing I wanted for my birthday was a old coin. It didn't even have to be 1700s, but it was. Sorry. That was my highlight of the year. Eric started off this hunt with a really small, cute crotal bell. Then I did it.
Oh, yes. I can
Oh,
feel it in
baby.
my head. I can
Baby,
feel
you
it.
got it's in good shape.
I don't
The
know.
detail
Looks
on
like a
that.
slick.
Nah, maybe not.
I can see
There's
the
a
bus,
bus.
though. I could totally see the shape of the bus.
Yeah. So that's good. It'll clean up pretty good. And I think once we get home,
I don't know. Maybe we can
ID it.
That's the cover. If you don't.
I went to British Columbia for a week-long crazy adventure, and I did find a spigot at a gold mining gold town. A gold miner's gold town. I found a spigot, and I could visualize them drinking the beer and having a spigot and putting the spigot in. I think they sold beer whiskey that were in those, right?
Probably.
Back in the day.
Or a piece of a pie. Yes, it's a spigot. Oh, I love it. Oh, that's so awesome. Oh, it's nice.
I didn't find a lot from that trip, but I did come back so enriched with adventures, and just, it was an amazing experience. I learned so much and brought so much back with me.
Eric actually landed this permission back in the fall, so we've been waiting a really long time. We called the owner, he's home today, so we get to go and check out this crazy new permission.
We had a great time exploring this early settlement.
Our first interesting find that actually dated to the period of the settlement was a beautiful cameo. You found the cameo. I wanted to find the cameo. You never even wanted to find the cameo, but you found it.
Like, oh my god, and I pull the camera out, but there's something really cool in here. Because if it is, Laurie's gonna be really happy with this. Honey?
Look at his face. Oh my god!
Your cameo,
what a
maybe?
Cameo. Oh, it's cracked up and stuff.
That's what I was saying, it looks cracked up and broken.
Oh my god. That is still so beautiful.
You found the cameo. I wanted to find the cameo. You never even wanted to find the cameo, but you found it.
Yeah. And I also found a little ring at the end.
Looks old. Cool, that's alright. I'll take it. I'll take it for sure. This is very cool.
But we did leave with, well, water buffalo meat, sausage, ground beef, and T-bone steaks, and also a real big water buffalo skull that's on our front porch right now.
Yeah,
Still.
we're just, yeah, it's because it still had stuff and it was stinking really, really bad, and we've been kind of letting nature take care of it. And I sprayed it and I tried all sorts of stuff, but I think nature is our best way to take care of that outside. Mm.
But the meat was good.
Oh, it was delicious. What an amazing, amazing. Double quarter Seth Thomas pocket watch hunt. You killed it.
That was an awesome little hunt I went for. I went on a little solo hunt. I didn't find anything really at first, but it didn't take that long. My first good target, got it live, was a 1874 silver quarter. I thought it was a 71 at first, but when I washed it, it turned out to be a 74. Not long after that, I got another good signal, brass Native American tinkling cone. So pumped about that find. And then I continue swinging, I hit another silver quarter. This one, an 1872 silver quarter.
It's big, like a quarter. I came to the water to give him a rinse there, and it's not a 71, it's a 74. So it's a 72 and a 74.
And just before leaving, I'm following this old road and I found my first full intact pocket watch. Beautiful Seth Thomas pocket watch. And we opened it up at home once we got all together at the table. We cracked it open.
It was so exciting to share that moment, to crack that open. We've always dreamt about finding a full pocket watch.
Sweet!
Seth Thomas Clock Company fabricated and sold watches from 1883 to 1915. 3.6 million were made in this short time.
Guys, we almost got the watch open.
Oh!
No way!
Oh, yeah!
It's got the little
Yeah, no, it was great.
It's awesome fun. The next hunt was with Matt. This is the first time I had ever seen Matt get skunked on this hunt, but then again, so did I. But everyone's used to that, right? We also got caught in the rain. It was just dripping wet, and it was a really hot day, mosquitoes, rain. It was horrible.
It was an exploration day. We were sort of scouting more area.
Trying to expand the search area.
Discovering other areas to hunt. And I did pull out a Victorian coin though.
There we go. It's on there. It's a coin.
Holy cow! He plunged it in and it came out.
My Vicky Darn, guess what year? 1871 again.
Bust on there.
No, not 1871.
No. It is! Wow.
It became like a little bit of a joke at the end there. Just a lot of 1871s came out of there.
Relic hunting. Well, I had found a pocket knife on that hunt, and Eric had found a really cool musket ball that had, that when they pour it, it left a little, I think they call it the spur, and the spur was never clipped off of it. So it was really cool. I called it a bonhomme de neige.
Yeah, this hunt was incredible. I've never seen anything like it. Matt, at the beginning of the hunt, at one of the first locations, he pulls a 50-cent piece.
Silver!
Really deep one too, a 1911. We were just like, our jaws dropped. We were in amazement. The last location, I pull out a 50-cent piece too, a 1913.
Oh no! Matt's like, you know, he got his 50 cent today. 3 inches what's in the hole.
Yes, baby! Double big silver!
That's a 4. 2 big silvers in a day.
Oh my gosh.
It's after 11. That's unbelievable. What are the odds? 2 in a day.
And look at the shape, you can see.
Nice.
You can see it all.
Oh yeah, you can see the clear date on there.
Oh my god!
50 cent. I can't believe this.
So we both got a 50-cent piece the same day, 2 different locations. I mean, this never happens. It was incredible. Incredible day. I did find another silver dime after modern silver, but you know, that one kind of
Took the back seat.
took the back seat. Yeah.
Definitely did. And I mean, after the 2 big silver, it is triple silver, but that one wasn't that significant in comparison to the 2 big 50-cent silvers. Relic hunting, Ottawa. Ah, this is a bunch of diggers that we met for the very, very first time.
Yeah, Laurie found a pocket knife and an old musket ball.
Second thing, it's got a little hook there. I like that. Relic. I think it's a musket ball. It's white. Looks like a musket ball.
Eric had found a 1928 quarter.
Bing, 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 silver. 1928.
That's perfect. Look at the condition of that, eh?
So there it is. I think it's a J nickel. It's been a while since I found one of these. 1936.
Wow.
1936 J nickel.
Jason found a nickel as well, and Dave found the large cent of the day.
Treasures of the Lost Village of the St. Lawrence.
What a crazy sight that was to detect.
Yeah, a crazy hunt. I remember I found like 5 large cents on that hunt, and Matt found a few tokens.
Remember, I had my larger coil. I don't have a small coil yet, so it's a really, really trashy place to hunt.
Yeah.
I found a spoon in the innards of a pocket watch, though.
Oh yeah, I remember. My first large cent was a crusty 1891 large cent. And then I got a signal in the same hole after.
Well, I just rinsed it out, but I found this.
And it turned out to be what seems to be a flattened large cent. No date.
It's a lot larger than the flattened pennies that we find on the railroad here. It was a lot larger, so assuming it was probably, might have been worse. Maddie had a really good time sifting. He actually found a stopper and a penny while he was sifting.
Are you kidding? There was a coin, Maddie. Way to go. 41?
Far from where I found that first large cent and the flattened one, a couple of feet over I found another large cent.
And just over here, look at that. I think that's a coin. This one is another large cent.
Yes, man.
It's 1913.
What's the other ones you got?
I'll show you. Yeah, Matt just got here.
You're under the sidewalk. That's where you are.
2 there. And one there.
No way.
Yeah.
And then minutes later, Matt finds a 1919 silver dime. Beautiful dime. It was very dark, but great condition. Then I landed, after that, I landed a modified large cent. It's got a cut in it, and it's got little teeth marks and stuff. Really cool. Really weird.
Customized.
And at the same time as I pull out that customized large cent, Matt's just on the other side of the bend, and he's pulling out a token. And it kept going. Like I say, Matt found, I think, a second token after that.
I really wanted the small coil and the MXT with the small coil. That thing is just a beast in trashy areas. Maybe if Eric lends me the MXT, I might find a coin. So I really wanted his MXT.
Yeah.
And kind of bugged him to
you were bugging me to get the MXT with the small coil. So I ended up bending and giving it, caving in and giving my MXT to Laurie. And I took her MX Sport, and
Laurie's gonna kill me. We just swapped machines because she says, I ain't finding anything with my MX Sport. I want the MXT Pro, so I said, take it. And I took her machine. Second, third ball, or third thing I dig. You see that? Right there. I think that's a large cent. Yeah, it's a large cent. Another large cent. Woohoo!
I can't stand him right now. Oh, I hated him for it. I so hated him for it. But he was hunting in a really non-trashy area, just to my defense.
Yeah.
But you're an amazing hunter anyway, and he grabs my machine, pulls out a large cent. Metal detecting a park. That was with Ward and JF. We had met JF for the first time. I didn't really get him on video much, but it's the first time we had met JF. And we all met up, and I remember us looking on Google Earth and just choosing a random park. And I guess, this is where, we had to prove it up to see if there was anything old. We knew the area. I mean, almost every area downtown Ottawa is old, but to see if there was anything old left behind at that park. It started off with an old brooch. It was just falling apart. I don't know what it was made out of, but it was like white like lead, and it had little pearls in it, and you could see that it had a lot of age to it, that brooch. Yeah. So it was a good start for me.
Yeah, and Ward pulled the first silver dime of the day. It was like a 1940 George.
44, maybe?
Yeah.
2 inches, eh? 1940.
Ah, yes, and you found jewels.
Yeah, I found junk jewels.
But they were jewels. It was a jewel.
Yeah, no, it's still cool. Oh yeah, and I did find an old buckle.
Yes, the deep buckle. That was pretty much, there was a few really deep targets that either looked like it was bulldozed and everything at one point, but we found some deep targets, except for your deep buckle. It wasn't that deep. It was about 3 inches.
Yeah, there was some patches that were unfilled, and it was old stuff, not too deep.
Ah, the next mysterious bird island. Something that I had left out of the video that I didn't think a lot of you guys wanted to see was how many dead carcasses there was all over this island. It was insane. I mean, I would say at least 3 dozen dead birds that I had seen on one side and only on one half of that island. It was very, I called it mysterious because even the trees, and because of so many birds on that island, there's not that much vegetation, everything, the ground was spongy.
Yeah.
The ground was weird and spongy, and
I mean, even though me and Laurie got skunked that day, it was such a surreal place, and Matt kicked it off great. He found right off the bat, he found an 1860 fatty Indian head penny.
I would definitely say that this site would have to hit #1 on the cool factor of sites that we have metal detected. Yeah. Definitely, like you said, even though we got skunked, Matt didn't get skunked, and he found quite a lot. He found quite a lot on that, but just it has to hit #1 on the cool factor. Just to getting there and experiencing and seeing some of these roads still coming out of the water, it was just insane. It was just #1 on the cool factor list for me. Definitely love that site. I loved his old hold token. You could see the square where they had punched out a square nail into it.
Yeah.
I like.
When he found 3 great coins that day. He found the fatty,
Okay.
and then he found that token with the hole in it. I'm not sure what that is, but he finished it off. It was with a spread eagle.
1814.
Halfpenny token. 1814, yeah. Amazing. So our last video we posted in 2017 is up next. I'm meeting Ward and Matt this morning, leaving for a road trip, and we're going on some really old sites. And hopefully we're going to find some really cool stuff.
So it was in the same hole as this thing though.
The pocket knife.
Yeah.
Oh. And it turned out to be a striker.
Yeah.
Now you have to think, a pocket watch and a striker, these are the two items that the fur trade men possessed, and you know, it meant life and death. I mean, you're out here in the wilderness, so it was absolutely nothing. You can just go to the store and get yourself a new one. So without having fire or even your knife to cut your food and all that sort of stuff, it must have been really scary. Hopefully he had a good group of people and he wasn't traveling on his own, but if he had a good group of people, they would have watched out for him. But that must have been horrible, horrible, horrible to lose your fire and your knife. Yeah. You had found the canoe owl.
That's right. In that same area where Matt found the striker and the pocket knife, I found
what could be a piece of canoe awl. I'm not sure. It's broken, like those zigzag awls, and one tip of it.
Yeah. So that was the last of it. What a year, huh? Just quickly, I want to take this time to say a huge thank you to all of our subscribers and everybody who has supported us throughout this entire year. Thank you so much for watching, and check out our 2017 playlist. Thanks for watching.